We also had to do some work finding reference angles for our homework. You had to use a screenshot from your textbook, and you only had to do the odds. So for the first part, we were just finding a reference angle. For number 9, they gave us 175 degrees. Okay, remember, our reference angle is a positive acute angle. That is the angle that's measured between the terminal side of our original angle and the x-axis. So 175 degrees is our original theta. It's definitely not acute. It's bigger than 90, and it's in quadrant 2. So to find my reference angle, since I'm in quadrant 2, I'm going to do 180 minus 175. So my reference angle is 5 degrees, which is definitely positive and acute. For number 11, they gave me 250. 250 is in quadrant 3. To find my reference angle in quadrant 3, I do 250, so my original angle, minus 180. And when I do that, you get 70 degrees. So that's my reference angle, 70 degrees. For 13, they gave us 310 degrees. 310 is in quadrant 4. To find my reference angle, I would do 360 minus 310, which gives me 50. So 50 degrees is my reference angle. For number 15, they gave me 290. 290 is also in quadrant 4, so just like I did in the last question, my reference angle is going to be 360 minus 290, which is going to give me 70 degrees as a reference angle. And for 17, this one had a little extra work because they gave me 505 degrees. Remember, 505 is too big. All right, we always want our things between 0 and 360. So first off, I need to do the base step of getting this so it's between 0 and 360. If we do 505 minus 360, we get 145. Okay, so I needed to, whenever our angle is bigger than 360, we need to subtract 360s until we're between 0 and 360. So really, I'm finding the reference angle for 145 degrees. Well, 145 is in quadrant 2. So to find the reference angle, I'm doing 180 minus 145, which is 35 degrees. The second part, you still just have to do the odds. This is like what we did in class where the sign has to match up depending on the function. So for starters, I have the cosine of 95 degrees. 95 degrees is in quadrant 2. So to find my reference angle, I'm going to do 180 minus 95, which is going to give me 85. So when I rewrite my function, I need to rewrite it as the cosine of 85. But I need to make it negative. All right, 95 is in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, cosines are negative. So I need to put a negative sign on my final answer. For 21, we were given the cosine of 312. 312 is in quadrant 4. So we need to find our reference angle, doing 360 minus 312. So my reference angle is 48. So when I rewrite this using my reference angle, it's going to be the cosine of 48, and I don't need to worry about a sign. All right, 312 is in quadrant 4 where cosines are positive, and cosine of 48 is positive, so it's all good. For 23, I do the sine of 285. 285 is in quadrant 4, so I'm going to do, for my reference angle, I'm going to do 360 minus 285, which is going to give me 75. So this is equal to the sine of 75, and I do need a negative sign. In quadrant 4, my signs are negative, so I need to make the sine of 75 negative. For 25, I have the tangent of 305. 305 is in quadrant 4, so for my reference angle, I do 360 minus 305, which gives me 55. So So when I rewrite this, this is the tangent of 55, and I need a negative sign. The 305 is in quadrant 4, where tangent is negative. When I do the tangent of 55, that's in quadrant 1, where tangent's positive, so I need to throw that negative out there to make it negative. And last but not least, number 27 is the sine of 500. Just like the first section, we need to get that 500 to be between 0 and 360. So if we subtract a 360 from that, this is really equal to the sine of 140 degrees. Now we can go ahead and do our reference angle. Since 140 is in quadrant 2, we do 180 minus 140 and get 40. So this is the sine of 40 degrees, and I do not need a negative because the sine is positive in quadrant 2 and in quadrant 1.